Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is The Press. We're reaching you live from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Now we'll go straight to analyzing the stories that we read out to you today, and I have two guests in the studio this morning. My first guest is Richard Oriri, who is a public affairs analyst. Great to have you on the show this morning, Richard.
Good morning, Annabel.
Good morning to you. All right, I also have joining us in the studio is Rabiu Adamu, who is a political analyst. Great to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much, Annabel. Thank you, KAFTAN, for having me.
You're welcome.
Our audience in Nigeria and Nigerians, good morning. Most appreciative to be here.
Great. Thank you so much for coming. All right, we'll go straight to our stories or headline this morning, and we'll start definitely when it's morning. You already know where to start the headline or what the headlines will be tilted towards, and that's on the minimum wage. Everyone is talking about the minimum wage, the strike action that grounded the whole country yesterday. And I was talking to someone and I just said, just ignore labor at your own peril, because things like this that happen, the airports shut down, electricity, national grid shut down. Let's start with you, Rabiu Adamu. What are your thoughts in this regard? Is it we putting our best foot forward?
Well, thank you, Annabel, for that question. For me, ideally, the strike option isn't the right option, isn't the best option for Nigeria. But given the present situation that Nigeria and Nigerians find themselves, I guess that is the best way to go. But of course, we must also be mindful of the fact that is because of the present economic hardship that Nigerians are facing, and the way the economy is going and the way the country is being run, that most probably galvanize labor to come in to now decide to go on strike. But of course, we're also aware that it was because of the foot dragging of the federal government and the other members of that tripartite committee. This committee has been set up for a very long while, but up to now they have not been able to come up with any tangible result for the labor or for Nigerians. And we're aware that during Mr. President's first May broadcast, of course, he said that government has reviewed the salary by 30%. And people were jubilating and thinking that 30% is actually something reasonable. 30% for minimum wage of 30,000 naira, that's just about 30,000 naira. So what is 30,000 naira to, in the present economic situation that Nigerians find ourselves in? It's actually a concern. It's actually it's distressing.
So if you say that 30% is distressing, what do you think should be at least, let's not push federal government too far, but then at least let's reach a truce?
Okay, for me, the minimum wage at 30,000 isn't worth it. So for me, this 30,000 has been there for like 20 years, 15 years, or something like that. So for me, 30,000 isn't even supposed to be the starting point. The starting point should be like 45,000 naira, and then we'll move upward. So a minimum wage, you understand, given the present economic situation that we find ourselves in, based on the misaligned venture and policies of the government, the starting point should be like about 60,000 upward. That should be our minimum wage. That is the starting point, you understand, 60,000 naira. So that 30,000 naira should have been 60,000 as at today, so that we can start negotiating from then upward. So 60,000, we'll say, okay, the minimum wage should be increased by like 80%. 80%, because the last report from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, the inflation rate is about 33.15%. So that is like about 2 months back. So of course it doesn't go down.
Currently stands at 33.69%.
33. What is 33%? Something that you usually buy at probably 100 naira. Now it's like 140 naira. That's assuming. But if you go to the market, you won't find it at 140. You are likely to find it at probably 180 or even 200 and something naira. So it's crazy out there. It is.
Okay, I'll bring the same question to you, Richard Oriri. Since he talked about 80% increase, and I know that you've always stated that 600,000 from the labor union is outrageous, and it is not even, it doesn't look, it looks one-sided. So if he says that let's deal with 80%, what is it for you? What would settle, or what? How do we reach or meet each other halfway?
So far, so good. The Labour and the federal government, they have overstretched it themselves in the course of this negotiation. We have been in on this for so long now, and I think what Labour is doing now is the best thing to do, because right from the time of Obasanjo, Yaradua, Jonathan, and even down to Buhari of yesterday, there have been this crisis of Labour and federal government negotiation concerning salary issue. I think if they can conclusively resolve that matter at this time, it will be the best thing for Nigerians. And the angle that Labour has taken, for me, is affecting every one of us. Since the commencement of the strike, there have not been anything electric power supply to any part of Abuja, and we are all feeling it, and not just household use, for even industrial use, and so many things have been grounded. The airport shut down. Almost everything, and the airport that they shut down too is equally good, because until you do things that will affect the elites,
who are the elites?
They won't feel it. The ones in government positions, the ones, especially those ones that the Labour they are negotiating with presently now, they are the elite, and majority of them they may not even feel it, because
are you calling the federal government the elite?
Yeah. President is among the elite. Senate President is among the elite. Speaker of the House of Reps. All the senators in Nigeria, they are the elite. House of Representative members, they are the elite. Ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they are the elite. Governors, they are the elite in power. So if they can use this opportunity now to resolve this salary issue once and for all, Nigerians will be very happy. And from the beginning of this discussion, I have been saying it, that 615,000 naira benchmark that Labour gave was too high, and that they have to be reasonable in their demand. Federal government accepting to pay 40,000 naira, it wasn't equally good. And now they have at least stepped up a little bit. Whether they say 60,000 naira now. But to be frank, I heard this morning where APC was attacking PDP because PDP suggested yesterday that they should Labour should not accept anything below 120,000 naira. But even if Labour, if federal government can agree to put a minimum wage in Nigeria for 150,000, I don't see anything bad in it, because as a Nigerian, I have been here since I grew up. I know how Nigeria is, and as a matured man now, I know what Nigeria is and where we belong. Nigeria have the capacity to pay its workers even 200,000 naira minimum wage.
But then you hear the presidential spokesman Ajurin Galali say that if we push the federal government to pay too much, according to him, I don't know what too much is, actually how much too much is. If we allow the federal government to overstretch their purse or their boundaries and pay too much, it would definitely affect, the ripple effect will be the fact that a lot of workers will be downsized. So what do you think about it?
I totally disagree with him. If federal government cannot take care of its workers, they are the engine house, they are the powerhouse of any administration. And for Nigerian government institutions to run effectively well, you must have to take care of your workers. And presently now, most of the public enterprises, they have privatized all of them. The government don't have any need to spend money, much of our public resources on public enterprise anymore. Now we don't even NNPC is no longer a venture that you will service and say you are spending money. Rather, NNPC is generating fund now for us. Now we talk of fuel. They are not subsidizing fuel anymore. Where are they spending the money? Is it on the infrastructure, or that they are spending the money on themselves? The salary of senators in Nigeria, well, we all know how much it is. House of Representative member, apart from their impress and other things, we know how much is their salary. So if civil servants who run these institutions of government are not being taken care of, I think presently as it is now in Nigeria, civil servants, they are the only area where government spend money in terms of servicing. The rest of the area is how to generate. And these civil servants, they are equally still the same people that generate this fund. If you talk of tax revenue generation, you go to Federal Inland Revenue Service. The staff there, they are federal civil servants. They are the ones generating this fund. If you go to custom, the same thing. If you go to Federal Road Safety Corps, the same thing. They generate income too. If you go to even aviation, it's the same thing. It's the same civil servants who are generating this fund.
Right.
And so if they can put minimum wage, benchmark at least 150 or 200,000 naira, Nigerians will be happy that civil servants are collecting this amount.
And do you think that the state governors who refused to be on the round table during this negotiation would agree to pay, even when some of them have refused to pay 30,000 naira?
State governors, is the money theirs? It's not theirs. The money belongs to the people who are agitating that this is what I want you to pay us. Majority of these civil servants, both federal, state, and local government, they are the state, they are the Nigerian.
I understand, but then there's a difference between the law or what is the norm, the law and morality. The governors, they will tell you that they are not the like I read on one of the headlines from Yobe state government saying that they are not joining the NLC strike because NLC is not the one footing their bill. So if you have governors from the other over 30 states come out to say that you're not the one that is footing the bill, you're not the one that will pay the money, so we are the one that will pay the money, and they're not on this round table to do this, have these negotiations, then how do you deal?
They are not the one to pay the money, but they are the one generating the money. And I know that the money they are generating is enough for the government to pay them what they are demanding for.
All right.
Civil servants are the ones generating the money.
I'll take the same question to you. Rabiu, let's find out what are your thoughts with regards to, before we end this particular headline with regards to the strike, because he said that the state governors, they should definitely pay, and we've seen how much most people would come out. The doctors, NMA comes out to tell you that their doctors are not being paid the minimum wage from different states. I remember they talked about Abia at some point, but thank God they have a new governor who is actually working towards making sure that those things are a thing of the past. And then in all of this, then someone brought up an argument, say when you go to the market, if you start paying workers 150,000, when you go to the market woman will already know that your salary has increased to 150,000. So that pepper that you buy, because today there's no longer pepper of 100 naira or 200 naira, it's starting from 500 naira, and it's even like they might decide to give you 6 or 7 pieces for 500 naira. So if you're buying like 7 pieces of pepper for 500 naira, by the time the workers start getting 150,000, it might reduce to 2 pieces for 2,000 naira. That's the argument a lot of people are having. Do you agree with that argument?
Totally. 110% of that argument is correct. You understand? But let me chip in to what Mr. Richard said. That issue that government doesn't have money doesn't even arise. Understand? First of all, the tripartite committee or the federal government committee or whichever committee was set up a while back, we were told that they requested for 1 billion to run that committee to come up with a suitable minimum wage for Nigerians. 1 billion naira. Imagine what that can do. And then they ended up advancing down 500 million. Probably the balance has been paid. Probably it is still in the works. So saying Nigeria doesn't have the money doesn't even arise. Presently, what is the average FAC disbursement? It's about 6 trillion. So go back to the various state government budgets. You understand? Whatever they are receiving from FAC, you understand, is far above what they have estimated or assumed that they will be generating or receiving on a monthly basis. You understand? So where is that balance going? So issue that money is not there does not even arise. If there's no money, okay, reduce your entertainment allowance, reduce your overhead. You understand? Reduce all the office specs that you are collecting. You understand? He has raised the issue of senators and House of Rep members and so on and so forth. You understand? How much they are collecting on a monthly basis. It is way above what an average Nigerian can think of. You understand? That is one. But not even think of those who earn money from the government. You understand? They are regular. They are certain that it will come. What about those ones that are self-employed? Their income is not regular, not assured that money will come in today or tomorrow. You understand? Not to talk of the pensioners who don't get paid on a regular basis. You understand? You understand? We all go to the same market. We all go to the same market. The senator, the House of Reps, the presidency, the ministers, and everybody goes to the same market and to the same that woman that is selling the same paper that you are talking of. You understand? So as far as they are concerned, it is we are all having the same money. Meanwhile, that guy is having only 30,000 naira at the end of the month. You understand? The one that is assured. What about those ones that are not assured? You understand? Okay. What about those pensioners that have not been paid for 6 months? You understand? What about them? What about the unemployed? You understand? You are not talking about transport. You understand? How much is transport from this place to say area 1? You understand? You'll be shocked. I'm sure it will be more than 1,000 naira. So okay, saying money is not there in Nigeria does not even arise. You understand? All you need to do, what is happening, let me tell you, is this. Okay, the committee will sit down and say, okay, let's assume that we say 35,000 naira is the minimum. Count it. How many workers do we have? That money is too much. Assuming that is their own thinking, you understand, it is not coming to their pocket, so it is too much on Nigeria.
Okay, so
go back and look at what they are taking on a monthly basis. If it is them to compute it, you understand, they will see that 500,000 per month. But I have a generator, I have to buy diesel, I have to do this, I have to do that. 5,000 naira is not enough for me.
Okay, sorry, I have to butt in. Sorry, I have to butt in there.
Nigerians think, you understand, especially those ones up there.
All right, so now I hear Atedo Peter's side say that the reason why the government will refuse to listen to the Labour Congress is because they've already put their hands into very expensive expenses that they are not even supposed to do. Things like the Hajj, and then he also talked about the SUVs for the National Assembly workers. That's the reason they spend too much on...
And they're still spending.
And they're still spending. Yes. So they are just majoring on the minor things and minoring on the major things. Do you agree with that?
Totally. I do. You understand? Totally. If we were to look at what is happening up there, you'll be shocked. You understand? The SUV, you understand? Okay, 160 million for a car that will not protect them from bandits or kidnappers when they come around. You understand? What is the use of it? It's insane. You understand? Then look at all the other expenses. They say, okay, they are renovating their car parks for 4 billion naira. Go to the National Assembly. What is wrong with that car park? The one that even visitors are supposed to park their car. What is wrong with it? Even if they allow you to go there and
they say they want to give it a facelift.
A facelift. That facelift should go to Nigerians. Like I said, I've already itemized certain people, certain groups of individuals in Nigeria that needs that money more than their car park, more than the facelift that they want to give. That facelift, by the time you go to the gate, the policeman there is even saying that today is not visiting day. You can't even enter. So what facelift? They are giving facelift for who? Nobody even dares to go there, except if they say, okay, come. Even if they say, come, before you get there on the phone to tell the security man, they say, I should come. It is another wahala. What's facelift? There is no need for any facelift. Look, the facelift to be given is to Nigerians. Totally. You understand? Why they are there? Okay, let me give you this scenario. They are servants as far as Nigerians are concerned, because they said they want to serve us. They want to provide good health for us, good welfare, you understand, education for our children, health care for our family, you understand. But what is happening? They are taking care of themselves instead of taking care of us, you understand. Why God gave them those opportunities is to see if they are going to hold on to that responsibility with two hands and be appreciative. It's not as if they are more important to the Almighty or to other segments of the society. No.
All right.
Understand? They just find themselves, you understand, in that position. And as servants, they are not supposed to earn more than their masters, you understand? They are all servants, you understand? They are there to serve us. If Nigeria is not there, Nigerians are not there, then there's no need for them to be there. You understand?
All right, let me take this question to Richard Oriri. I hear yesterday I read a story where Tambuwa says that we warned you people not to vote APC. Now that you have voted them, that's the reason why you're going through this hardship. And when I was talking about it, my guest yesterday said, oh, we just remember the days of Good Luck Ebele Jonathan's wife and what she said at the time, that you don't vote APC. Please, I'm sorry, I was just trying to remember the way she said it. Don't vote for APC and all of that. So then now having all this kind of blame games happening, especially now that we should be looking at governance and not politics anymore. What are your thoughts in this regard? That's one on the side. And then secondly, I saw a story. I'm going to look for where I saw that story. But let's first of all get your thoughts in this regard. Tambuwa
saying that they should not vote. They want Nigerians not to vote for APC.
That's the reason why you're having this hardship.
No, so say they are of the same. They belong to the same class. Tambuwa was APC. Before he joined the PDP also. Yes, now. Yes. I think so.
Yes, now.
Yes. APC, then he joined the PDP.
Yes. So APC, then you joined PDP.
They are of the same. That is why anytime, yes, we can have a PDP as an opposition party in Nigeria, checkmating the SSs of APC as the ruling party now in Nigeria. But I don't think they have that moral standing to even question anything that is happening in government today.
So what political party has a moral standing to question?
They don't. See,
ruling party
that diagonal aspect of democratic accountability, I think we should give it to the media and civil society organization. But civil society organization in Nigeria, especially within Abuja here, they have equally dented their image that we don't even have that trust in them again. So our only hope now for that diagonal aspect of accountability, holding government accountable to the masses, is the media. And we don't have a very strong media gurus now that can hold on to them, like in the time of the Areekpo, Dan Agbese of Newswatch, and all of these people that did everything to hold on to Babangida's government, to head Babangida's government to ransom, before he had no other alternative than to just hand over power to civilian and left. So now Tambuwa coming to say we warned you people. Okay, was it PDP? If Nigerians had voted Atiku, let's say Atiku as a person first, before you talk of PDP as a party, the same thing. Even if you vote Labour Party, I don't see that what is happening with anything different will come in. You are the head. Nigerians voted massively. The first time in the history of this country that a sitting government will be overthrown was in 2015. Nobody envisaged it, that it will ever happen in Nigeria. And that was when PDP was taking this effort to be Lord, to be, in fact, to be everything. They don't even listen to the cry of the masses. And that anger, to say, we are telling you to do this, they were seeing every Nigerian, every citizen of this country, they were seeing everybody as nothing. And that's why the anger was so high, and they have to take the other part by voting President Buhari, the immediate past president of Nigeria, massively in 2015. But at the end, the vote wasn't for APC. That 2015 election vote wasn't for APC, it was for Buhari, because Nigerians wanted a change that will give life to them, change that will bring effective change. Did you
see effective change from 2015
why
to 2023?
I'm saying this now is that even if the vote was given, the 2023 election vote was given to Obi, as they were saying, that particular individual, have you seen the people around the person? In the Western world, during election period, if you present yourself to become leader, to become president of any country, they will assess you as an individual, then assess your team as well. Was Tinubu's team assessed? Tinubu is an individual. He may have that good mind to give effective governance to Nigerians, but the team he is coming to power with. The same thing happened to Buhari.
Are you talking about the ministers?
These are the teams now.
But they had their...
That's what I'm telling you.
They were screened before they were...
Who will not be... That is the process of the law. You have to follow through that process, present your names to National Assembly, and they will screen you and all of that. But it's just for formality. Buhari came. Nigerians voted massively for Buhari as an individual. But the team he came on board with destroyed everything. The same thing is happening presently. But we pray that the current president, President Bola Tinubu, change the tactics. If it demand using military power, he should use military power. If it demand, like now, I can see he's using a soft power approach on his ministers, trying to use body language, giving small threat to say, if you are not performing, I sack. That one is just body language for them to sit up. And because of that, you see some ministers now coming to talk to medias. This is what we have done so far. This is what we have done. Before, in the time of Buhari, it was nothing like that, because Buhari was not even giving them body language. So now there will be nothing different. Even if you give Nigeria now to Tambuwa tomorrow, he will do nothing different. But what we are saying is that currently in Nigeria, the only thing that we have left in government, they are the civil servants. Government come, government go, but the state remain. And who are the engine house of this state? It's the civil servant.
Now, because you talked about civil servant, the Guardian newspaper says mandate INEC to learn from South Africa's poll. Huriwa tells National Assembly. What are your thoughts on that? Huriwa happens to be Human Rights Writers Association, something around that. So
you don't talk to INEC chairman. You don't talk to INEC chairman. You talk to Nigerians. Even the person who said it, the person who have said that, he or she should talk to himself or herself. Nigerians should talk to ourselves. The citizen of South Africa, the South African citizens, they have a change of idea. They did not want to poll, to collect money and sell their vote. They went for national interest. So Nigerians entirely, INEC chairman is not the only, he has his right to vote as an individual. He can vote. He was not everywhere in Nigeria. We have how many? We have 774 local government in Nigeria. Over how many thousand polling units in this country? Okay, now, was the INEC chairman in all the polling units? It's still the same Nigerians. A majority of this election that was conducted was managed by Nigerian youth, who are majorly 70-80% NYSC's core members. They were the one managing the polling unit. Paul Clark, presiding officers in all the polling unit. Even if the election was rigged, you can't put that blame on INEC chairman. He was not the one who announced the result from the polling unit. He was not the one who announced the result from the world level. He was not only the one who announced the result from the local government. It was not the gathered and brought to him that he announced. So Nigerians should talk to themselves in terms of voting arrangement, electoral processes in this country. We should talk to ourselves. We should change our mindset. If we can make up our mind that as we are going for this election, we are going for national interest, not selfish interest, not your clannish interest, not your local interest, not your village interest, but the national interest, then we will get it right. South Africans, they have opened our eyes. We are claiming to be the giant of Africa. But other countries within the region, now the sub-region, they are trying to take that power from us. Now the whole world, they have had access to what happened in South Africa. It was so transparent, it was so fair, it was so plain. Everything went normal. And it came from the mindset of the masses, the voters, not the electoral body. So they should not put blame on INEC chairman at all. I don't want to hear that.
All right, let's move straight to other headline. Our time is fast spent. If you can help us, Rabiu. Yes. Daily Independent says we will abide by federal government's decision on state police, and that's coming from the IGP. Because I remember a few days or a few weeks or months ago, you have the IGP saying that state policing is not the way to go because most governors will use that at their own whim and caprice. But then the president says that we should think state policing. And I remember having this discussion with Richard Oriri, who says that how can the president be saying, let's move forward? And the IGP is saying, no, sir, the state policing is not something that we should think about now. But now it looks like he has already bended and then accepted that state policing is the way to go. Do you agree with this?
No, not at all. State policing is not the right way to go. It's not the best way to go. It is absolutely wrong. Everything, every policy, I haven't seen one single policy that has been well aligned to the Nigerian situation. None at all, you understand? Nigeria more or less is a jungle, you understand? Where there are no, let me give you a scenario. Maybe you will understand it better. In a school, you understand, there's a curriculum, you understand. There's a marking scheme, you understand. Yeah? And then if you are going for an interview, for a particular vacancy that has been there are certain processes and procedures which you follow, you understand. And then there are certain expectations. And when you don't meet those expectations, you understand, your employer will either suspend you or will query you or will send you packing, you understand. But in Nigeria, it is nowhere, you understand. There was a piece I wrote demanding accountability, you understand, which highlighted all this issue. Who in Nigeria now has any power to actually bring these so-called leaders to book? Nobody. Average Nigerian is so hungry, so malnourished that doesn't have the power to even say a word, you understand. The clerics, more or less nowhere. INEC, more or less another guzzling machine, you understand.
But Richard Oriri does not agree with that.
You understand? Mm-hmm. You understand? Richard
Oriri does not agree with what you just the submission you made about INEC.
Well, that is his own view. You understand? I happen to have participated in the process. You understand? Right in my presence. It wasn't NYC. You understand? They say he's the supervisor of the polling units within that particular area. You understand? He came from wherever. You understand? He came to that particular, in my presence, to my own particular polling booth. You understand? And pick up some of the ballot papers that some of the polling booths are out of that particular ballot papers. You understand? From one polling to another. Meanwhile, each polling booth has been assigned a particular number of this thing. So, like I said, INEC is another guzzling machine. Basically, that's just what it is. The challenge is there. It is not. The time is not just there to even dissect it. You understand? So there's the need to have accountability. The parties that you are talking of or you're calling, you understand? They are the same coin. You understand? They are the same coin. It is when they lose value here, they jump to the other one. When they lose value from there, they jump to the other one. So I don't want to even call their name. You understand? All of them, right from when they started to where they are now. You understand? Mention one good thing that happened to Nigeria due to their being on that previous seat or this particular seat they are on.
All right.
You understand?
All right.
So
our time is fast spent.
No, I haven't answered that issue of us.
You have to just in 1 minute, please. That time is fast spent.
You want me to talk about state policy in 1 minute? You understand? Absolutely, like I said, in the 9th Assembly, we heard about the security architecture. They made so much noise about security architecture. They spent so much money about security architecture. What come out of it? The security architecture is something else that needs to be discussed separately to give them an idea. But even if you give them an idea, you understand, they will not even listen. They said they know how to do it. And they have not been able to do it. So what happens? You go now, allow those ones that have the capability to come in and do, you understand? You can't tell them. If you tell them, they will not even do it. They will not even listen, you understand?
All right, Rabiu, Adamu, if you can help us. I'm going to put both of you on the spot.
Yeah.
If you can help us, because we already have a new national anthem that is law.
Yes.
Wherever you are not supposed to recite or sing the old one.
Yes.
Can you sing the new national anthem?
I thought I
cannot.
Honestly speaking, I cannot.
So are you for or against it?
No. I'm not against it. In fact, to my mind, when I read the lines, you understand, I said, this is wonderful. This is fantastic. That is if.
So how come you're not learning
each and
to
every
sing
one of us, you understand? If we look at it, we'll see that it is the right way for Nigeria to go. But are we going there? Are they going there? Their actions and inactions is pointing different direction. You understand? Eh?
So how soon are you going to learn to sing it then? Since you like the words.
It's not just to learn it that is the problem for what he's saying.
You understand?
It's to work with it. It's to work with it.
How long did it take them to review it, to agree with it, to hold a public hearing on it? With speed, you understand? Minimum wage. How many years now? Almost 10 years, 20 years, they have not been able to resolve it. And then they bring national anthem. Of course, it is good. It's national anthem. We are Nigerians, and anything Nigeria, we are good for it. We are here for Nigeria and for Nigerians.
So the next time I have you on this table, you'll be able to recite the national anthem?
Hopefully.
Great. I'd like to hear that. Richard Oriri, can you recite the national anthem?
I cannot recite the national anthem as I am talking to you now. I can't recite it just to say recite national anthem. I can't sing, I can't recite it.
I hope the next time we'll be having you, you'll be able to, from A to Z.
I don't have that time to go and learn that new national anthem. I don't have that time.
That's not patriotic of you.
See, what should have been done, as they have speedily discussed it and passed it now, President have assented to it. They should give marching order to Minister of Education, Commissioners for Education, so that they will pass it down to local primary education, even nursery schools. Before students in the school recite it, after they recite itself, they should equally try to explain the message in that national anthem to them from the grassroots. If you don't do that till tomorrow, Nigerians will just be seeing Nigeria like that. Even what they think will they are in their mind before they reintroduce this national anthem now is for us to have a new sense of doing things in the country. But if you don't teach the younger ones from primary schools, nursery schools, it will not be in there. We call it civic education. You get it? If that can go down from youthful age, already now as we are, we know the meaning of what they want us to do. But the younger ones coming up, we have to impart it into them directly.
Thank you so much, Richard Oriri. It's been a wonderful time having this conversation with you. And thank you so much, Rabiu. Adamu, it's been a wonderful time having this talk with you.
Thank you, Annabel. Thank you, KAFTAN, for having us.
All right, so let's go straight to our social media. Time is fast spent because they talked about the national anthem. We'll take some videos on those who we're singing the national anthem, and then we'll take other videos and come to end the program this morning.
New national anthem, Wahala.
Oh, everybody now, man. On the don't just keep thinking, I'm not going to have fun. You know that?
This is exactly what I said I want in my woman. This is my elder brother's wife, pregnant. You see? My elder.
Baby, I know like bad energy. Oh, baby, please. Yeah.
All right, the videos that were brought were people or footballers who were actually supposed to be singing the national anthem, and it looks like they were just joking about it. And then we had other videos of the essence of having CCTV in your shop or your business place or even at home. You saw somebody was trying to steal. Immediately you noticed that there was CCTV. He gave himself sense immediately. And then another video we brought forth was a video of a woman who is pregnant, heavily pregnant. She have to kneel down to give her husband food. Some people have lambasted it, saying that's slavery, while some other person says there's nothing wrong with it. Well, I'll leave you to be the judge of that. And the last one was with a particular secondary school where you have children, a teacher who was sitting down and secondary school children massaging his toe. I hope it ends there and it doesn't go further than that. Anyways, I think the last video we also had was a graduate who was selling akara. So that's just to say, regardless of whatever paper or education you have, if there's no job, give yourself sense and get a skill or a business to do, because hunger, no paper or certificate. You just have to move on, especially in this time of Nigeria. You have to find food for the belly. All right, I'll see you again next time. My name is Annabel, Orji, and like we talked about the national anthem, ensure that you don't only know how to sing it, but adopt every word. If you say brotherhood we shall stand, then it means that the Calabar man and the Igbo man, there's no difference. It means that the Muslim and the Christian, we're all brothers. So if we're singing it, we should sing it with our head and also adopt all the words. I'll see you again next time. My name is Annabel, Orji. Good morning, Nigerians.